Hello scrapbookers. I am back today with my day number 5. I'm on day number 5 and I'm having fun. I'm still sick. If you haven't seen my previous videos, I have C. diff as well as bronchitis. And I kind of feel like my bronchitis is getting worse rather than better, so that's not good. But I was kind of going insane, so I printed off a bunch of pictures using my Canon selfie, and I am going to scrapbook. So day number 5 was a Monday, and we had a lot going on that day. Tinian was doing homework, and he just looked so cute. Like, look at this little face. Oh, don't you just love that face? I just love that face. And he was being so cute. So I want to include this in here. And then it was snowy that day, and Max was playing out and having fun in the snow. I also have this close-up picture of some of the homework that Tinian did. So I'm going to put that over here on this side. I'm still trying to play around with the layout and everything on my, I'm doing laundry too. So if you keep hearing the buzzer, that's what that is. On my little app that I have. And I can't figure out how to do a 2x2 because it always makes it this longer size. So I'm going to have to keep playing. So I was thinking that this one was going to be 2x2s because I picked the square image, but apparently when you pick the square image and then you print on a 4x6, I mean it's smaller than a 4x6, but it like makes it go longer, which I was kind of frustrated with. I wish it would have just done 2x2s. But oh well. So this one, I'm not going to use this image. I might use this one. I'm going to use this one, and I don't know about this, because you can barely see Tinian in it, and so I don't know. I'm kind of frustrated with this one. So I reprinted this image. I was hoping it would show more of Jonas's face. Again, the whole layout and the cutting off of the photo, it doesn't always work. This picture turned out a lot darker than I thought it looked on my phone. Still kind of a cute photo. And then this one I kind of think is a cute photo of my boy. So I'm going to kind of play around, mess around. This is the kids at this school party, because this was a school party or a school Santa party, whatever. A family activity night is what it was. They got these cute little books. It's like the Christmas books. 2 of them were Mad Libs, and then I think Tinian got like a crossword puzzle one or something. So we all sat down and we're doing this when we got home that night, and then my husband was like doing the Mad Libs with them, and I thought that was so cute, but I don't know how I'm going to fit it in a 2x2 pocket, so I'm kind of like frustrated. I don't know how I'm going to do this. So this one's probably going to take a long time. I think this one's going to be a 3-page spread just because I have so many photos from the family activity night that are just so cute and I really liked them. So I'm going to do this page. I'm thinking I'm going to do these 2 3x4s and then the 6 2x2, and then I'll probably include this side as my day 5 as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Wish me luck. Okay. I am just going to jump right into putting together this spread. Now this is going to be a 3-page spread like I was saying, and it took an hour and 10 to 15 minutes for me to do all 3 of these pages. So this is kind of a longer video. I apologize, but I really am happy with how I ended up documenting this day because it was kind of a busy day, and I did take a little bit more photos than normal just because we did have a fun activity that we did at the boys' school that day. So here I'm working on the first pocket page for this day. I have 2 cute photos, one of my puppy Max, who really isn't a puppy anymore. He's 2 years old, almost 2 years old, but he still acts like he's a baby. And then I have another picture of Tinian doing homework, and he's just smiling all cute. I'm also cutting up the rest of these photos to go into these other pockets just so that I can kind of wrap my head around exactly where I'm going to be putting things. Sometimes I like to work on one day at a time. Other times I like to work on all of them at the same time, and I kind of do a mix a mix and match of working on one day and then another, and then kind of doing them all at the same time. So here I'm trying to decide what exactly I want to do with this number. I liked the idea of having that snowflake underneath the number for the day, but it just wasn't showing up enough. The snowflake wasn't. So I am going to use this Heidi Swapp snowflake stamp, and I'm just going to stamp that with some Versamark ink. I'm going to pop dot that number 5 up, and that is it for the number. I think for this page I wanted to keep it really, really simple. I'm trying to keep it simple since I'm so behind. I don't have all the time in the world to spend on these spreads, and since I want to do at least 25 of them this month, I kind of need to get my butt into gear. So here I'm just putting down a little border at the top of that photo, and it kind of got off by a little bit, so it's kind of crooked. So in the end, I'm going to have to, later on when I'm working on this, I'm going to end up cutting a little bit of it off so that it is more straight. So there I am done with that pocket. Just kept it very simple. I'm going to add another border to this because the photos that I print off are not exactly 4 by 6. They're like 3.75 by 4 point, I don't know, something. So it's kind of annoying. So I had to add a little bit of pattern paper behind both of those photos, which was fine. It is a little bit annoying because I wish they would be full 4 by 6, but it's okay. So here I'm going to add this snowflake, and then I'm going to use these cute little Recollections glitter little alpha letters, and I'm just going to spell out the word playtime. And we went outside to play with Max for a little bit this day after school, and yeah, so that one, I just thought it would be good to do some journaling right on the photo. I'm also going to decide that I'm going to put a little bit of journaling on that photo of Tinian doing homework. This is where I think I'm going to end up cutting off a little bit off of the top just to make it slide into that pocket a little bit more easier. And then I'm going to spell out the words homework cutie on that photo of Tinian. And here is where I cut that piece off of the top a little bit. Okay, so now here I'm just finishing putting on that title for that picture, and like I said, I just named it Homework Cutie. And that page is done. Now I'm going to move on to the second page. And for this page, I have a lot of little photos that I want to incorporate. And like I was saying, they didn't all turn out very well. I'm still trying to get the hang of the apps that I'm using to print off my photos, because I don't want all of my photos to be the 4 by 6 size. So I'm using a couple different apps to help me with the layout, so that I can print them in collages, and it didn't turn out the way that I had wanted it to. So here I'm going to spend quite a bit of time just kind of piecing together images and trying to make them work in a way that can still tell a story, and I don't have to waste these photos, because this photo that I'm working on right now, I wanted it to be a square photo so that you can see that Tinian is throwing a little sock ball at this tower of reindeer, but it had cut off the tower of reindeer a little bit, and so that frustrated me. And then the second photo that is of him picking up all of the pieces of the tower of the reindeer, like he's pretty much cut off of it mostly, and the tower's cut off. So that image didn't work out very well, but I'm still going to I'm still going to include it. So now you can see here I am looking for just a little piece of paper to cover up the background. The photos, since they're not full 4x6, they print out. The 3x4 size is like a hair too small. So I had to add some background paper just to glue the photo down. And I just decided to use this green Recollections paper that I got from Michael's. And that worked out really well. I'm going to use that as a base on most of the backgrounds for the next two layouts. So here I'm thinking I'm going to do just a little bit of journaling on this little card. And I also realized that I didn't have a photo for that right-hand side little corner, and I wanted to have another photo of Brennan in there, but as I was just going through my photos just now, I realized I didn't have another photo of Brennan. I swear I thought I had taken more photos of Brennan. I didn't have one. So he's not going to have as many pictures as the other two, which is fine. I just sometimes kind of feel bad when I don't have as many photos of one kid as I do as the others. So here I'm just going to use some of these chipboard pieces to decorate this little journaling card. And the journaling card is just very simple. It just said, "We had fun at the school's family Christmas activity night." And then I'm going to put that one in there, and I am done with this page. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that little square up on top. I might just try to print off a picture of Jonas, because I do have another picture of Jonas that I could put up there. And so I'm thinking that that's what I'm going to do. So here now you can see I have that app again, the app up on my phone. And I'm going to print off another photo that is the 3x4 size of just Jonas, because I have a photo of each one of them at the activity night as a 3x4. And then I have that one photo of Tinian on the right of him playing with his new little activity book when we got home. So here I'm just kind of sorting through my photos, and I'm going to print that off and come back when that's all done. Okay, so now I have set up my printer to print off that photo, and now I'm just going to start editing all these other photos and making backgrounds for them. I'm sorry how much my head is showing up in these videos. I've noticed that it's a lot more than normal, so I apologize about that. And now I'm just going to keep going on. I'm going to use the green cardstock base for all of like my journaling and my photo mats on this side. And there's two photos that I had to cut in half or kind of wonky because they wouldn't fit as the whole image in a 2x2 slot. So I just kind of cut them in an inconspicuous spot so that you could still see what's going on in the photos, but still also get the full effect of the photo. Okay, so now I have that photo of Jonas, and I am just going to mat it onto this green paper. And I think I cut it funky because it ends up not being long enough, but it was okay because the paper behind it, the mat behind it, is also green, so it worked out just fine. So now I'm just going to glue that together and then put that in the pocket and be done with that card. I am going to mat green paper on the middle photo up at the top of just Brennan, and then I'm going to put a little chipboard piece there. I'm also going to mat this photo on the bottom in the middle with some green, and I'm going to put some stickers and a chipboard piece on there as well. And this just kind of takes a little bit of, jimmying and moving around. I'm going to do a journaling box up in the top right hand corner, just kind of saying what the kids are doing in these photos. So the photo of all three boys on the left is a photo of them after we were all done and we were getting ready to leave. We were able to stop in the computer lab, and they had like some books and coloring books and activity books and things, and so the boys picked out
some of the activity books, and they were Christmas themed, and so that was kind of fun for them to grab those. Tinian is kind of upset in this photo because he really wanted to bring home two, because there were two different kinds of activity books, and I told him he could only bring home one because I wanted to make sure that all of the other kids were going to be able to get, you know, be able to get their own as well, and he was kind of upset about that. So sometimes you can't always get the happy photos, but I like to make sure to include these moments anyway. Okay, so now I'm going to work on the little journaling card, and the journaling is just going to be very simple. It says, the boys got little Christmas activity books. We all sat down and had fun doing the activities together. The Mad Libs were their favorites. And so here I'm just making sure that it's going to fit in there, and then I'm going to do the journaling. I'm also going to journal on the very bottom photo that's in the middle, and that one is just going to say reading funny Mad Libs before bed. And then, like I said before, I am going to kind of decorate that card just a little bit more so that there's not so much emptiness on the bottom there. And I think this day is probably the busiest day that I have had so far. Most days I've been sticking to 2 pages, including, you know, journaling and everything. So this day was kind of like, wow, I had so much to say and to do. So it was kind of fun, including more photos than I had originally thought I would. Okay, so I think I'm all done now. I am trying to figure out what else I want to do down there to kind of cover up that little trap space area. So I found this chipboard snowflake, and I'm going to glue that down there, and then that is the end of this layout. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope that you are enjoying this series, and I will hopefully be back soon with another day for you. Have a great scrappy week. Bye!